it seems like, even though photography had sort of been around for almost a century, like this battle was one of the first times where depictions of war really went from being portraits and paintings and propaganda to actually, capturing, what was happening in real life. So was that the impetus for sort of starting here?
Well, with 3D, yes. I mean, I think we didn't. I think that 3D brings certain subjects, like actually astronomy, believe it or not, looks really good in 3D, and certainly the intimacy of trench warfare really worked for 3D. When we started, we didn't actually know how many images there were, so it was a bit of a shot in the dark. I thought maybe there might be a couple hundred or 1,000. We didn't really realize how large and extensive the collection was. I don't think most people know, even in the professional realm of the people who actually collect them. And then we looked for images that would match the audio as best they could, and then we went through a very long and at times painful restoration process, which involved thousands and thousands of hours of work to get the image actually viewable. Because when they were taken for these little stereo cards, which were the popular virtual reality of the day. And they were sold in sets, and they were very popular around the world. And they would take photos of, as it turned out, anything. They were very not squeamish about showing severed legs. In fact, there's a severed leg in a boot shot, which was very popular and sold around the world. And women and men and children would watch this thing in their parlor and try to live vicariously about what the Great War really was about.
Did you get the sense that I mean, obviously, this is this is intense fighting, and there's a sense that these photographs are sort of capturing what's going on. Did you get a sense that any of these were sort of particularly, I don't know, staged is kind of the wrong word, but it's...
Well, it depends. I think the British ones, definitely they staged quite a few photographs. The French didn't stage because they were more intimate. And it really depends. Also, the thing is that setting up the 3D camera, which was kind of a bulky apparatus because it's really a thing that's designed to take two photos simultaneously, so it's like double the size of a regular camera, was a bit tricky, and they didn't want to die. So they did take some combat photos. They were very limited, and actually one problem that we had in making the film was they shot a lot of carnage. So actually what we thought, well, maybe we'll have a couple bodies, and maybe they took a couple body shots. They actually took thousands of dead body shots because the dead bodies don't move and they were safe to take. And they took a lot of wreckage, but getting actual people in action was actually quite limited. And a lot of those photos, which they did take some combat photos, were really poor quality. And just were actually unscreenable and couldn't be recovered. And in doing the film, we kind of pushed the outer edge of the technological envelope as to what actually could be recovered and screened. And even with all that work, some of them we just dropped from the film because we couldn't make them happen.